Hello and welcome to Instablog's Global Report. This is Sukmani's first update in your citizen voices from all over the world. Stories for the day are: Obama administration announces troop surge of 30,000 for Afghanistan. Middle Eastern press highlights appalling double standards in Swiss ban on minarets. Northern Islamic scholars too condemn the Swiss ban. And Pakistan's sex workers on AIDS frontline. Announcing his administration's new downward strategy, U.S. President Barack Obama has said that America would send additional 30,000 troops to Afghanistan, even as he assured the nation that U.S. forces will be coming home in July 2001. Sheikh Ahmadine Bahram views the decision as a turning point in the history of the American war in Afghanistan.
This is Ahmadine Bahram from Kabul and Instablogs.com. Obama's announcement of surge of 30,000 more U.S. soldiers into Afghanistan may turn out to be the turning point in the history of American war in Afghanistan. Launched in 2001 to hand down Al-Qaeda and its associates, mixed reactions were seen in the public in Afghanistan, but the announcement was welcomed by the Afghan government. The Afghan foreign minister welcomed Obama's new strategy regarding the war in Afghanistan, calling it a strategy in response to the expectations of Afghan people and government. Foreign Minister believed that the move was very important for Afghanistan, the region, and the future of relations between the two nations. He said, 18 months is a good opportunity for us to Afghanize the process of government formation and the assumption of security responsibilities in Afghanistan.
Newspapers in the Middle East are critical after Swiss voted in a referendum to ban the building of minarets in the country. As we do, what a busy work in the Middle Eastern country of Jordan says that such a step will only escalate tensions between Muslim and non-Muslim countries.
This is Wad Awazri, reporting for the Instablogs from Jordan. The Swiss have voted for their referendum, and the vote has decided against the building of Islamic minarets in Switzerland. Middle Eastern press called it a racist step, while some saw the double standards the message carried along in a country that claims to respect human rights, one of which being freedom of religion and worship. A step like this one will only escalate the already present tension between Muslim and non-Muslim countries, making the gap bigger and the feelings of suppression more intense, a situation that the world could do without at the moment, considering the great number of similar wars being fought between the two sides of the story.
While it's not just the Middle East, Islamic scholars in the North African country of Morocco too have expressed their disappointment over the form of extremism and exclusion by Switzerland of the Muslim community. Sujay Muhammad says that probably Islam can only be practiced in their own respective countries, since much of the West is turned against it.
This is Muhammad Taha, reporting for the Instablogs.com. After the excessive banning of minarets by the Swiss voters, the Moroccan Higher Council of Islamic Scholars expressed their disappointment over this form of extremism and exclusion by Switzerland. Once again, another Western country has proved its hypocrisy when they deny thousands of Muslims their right to practice their religion within its territory. Muslims now should stop of reacting and be aware that the only place where they can expect Islam to be practiced freely is their own country, since a lot of Western countries have been fighting against Islam.
AIDS in Pakistan is spreading like a silent killer, while the minimum estimated number of AIDS-infected people in Pakistan is around 100,000. It is speculated that around over 1 million people may be infected. Sujay says that with the mainstream media too busy with covering political conflicts and sensational crime or terrorism-related stories, it is again left to the international organizations to do something about the spread of AIDS infection in Pakistan.
This is CJ Karim Khan on Instablogs from Peshawar in Pakistan. AIDS in Pakistan is spreading like a silent killer, from the ages-old custom of arranged marriages in the rural areas to sex industry in Lahore and Karachi. AIDS is rarely mentioned until the time it infects someone. The minimum estimated number of AIDS-infected people in Pakistan is around 100,000, while in speculations it is around or over 1 million. The registered cases, however, are very few. Most people rarely undergo laboratory tests for AIDS and keep spreading the infection without even knowing it. Red light districts of Karachi and Lahore are regarded as major venues of contracting AIDS, and still there is no active nationwide awareness program to alert people against the silently spreading epidemic of AIDS. Mainstream media is way too busy in covering political conflicts and sensational crime or terrorism stories, so it is again left to the international organizations to do something about the threat of AIDS infection in Pakistan.
If you want your voice to be heard by millions, let Instablogs be your choice. You can contact us at cg@instablogs.com. That's all for today's show. We'll be back with fresh updates from more Citizen Voices. Till then, it's goodbye from the entire team of Soul Report.